that. Yep, absolutely.
Some dramatic entrances in the history of Penn State. This may be the best one.
Thank you to everyone at Penn State. You guys have been so generous and inviting, and we're thrilled to be here. You know, it's not every day I get to drive this car around a college campus. What you guys get the opportunity here is to build the skills to be prepared when that opportunity comes your way. You know, I started racing when I was a young kid. My parents introduced me to driving race cars when I was 5 years old, and I fell in love with it right away. I found my dream, you know, very early on. That's not necessarily the case for everybody. You know, sometimes you find your passion very early on, and sometimes you build that over time. The one thing I must say that I miss, and anytime I get to you know, come visit any students at a college, especially, you know, one that's as amazing as Penn State, I didn't get to go to college. And you know, that experience alone, not only the education, but that experience is such a valuable one. You build relationships, you build the skill sets, and you hopefully make those opportunities happen for you in that next stage in your life. I am very fortunate that I was introduced to racing and took advantage of that opportunity, and it's been a lot of hard work and dedication along the way, and I certainly know that there's a lot of bright futures around here that I want you to just take advantage of that opportunity when it comes your way and work just as hard as you've been working to get this education.
Every track has its own personality. What's the personality of the Tricky Triangle at Pocono?
Well, and you mentioned it. It has a nickname, the Tricky Triangle, for a reason. It's a very long racetrack. It's 2.5 miles in length. Has the longest front straightaway that we have on the circuit of the 20 racetracks that we have out there. And so you're carrying a lot of speed. But that first corner, and the reason they call it a Tricky Triangle is because every corner, even though it's shaped like a triangle, every one is different. And so on the front straightaway, you're over 200 miles per hour into turn one. You got to use a lot of brake to slow the car down. We even downshift into turn one. And then, you know, you get into a fairly good sized corner with a lot of speed, but it's high bank. When you go down the next straightaway, still carrying probably close to 200 miles per hour, but then that corner is just basically a 90-degree turn that you can get in and out of, called the tunnel turn. Super fast, but completely different than what you had in turn one, and a completely different set of you know, setup characteristics that you need. So as a driver, I have to adjust because we can only set the car up for one corner, but you have 3 unique corners that you have to run. So the third corner is a very flat sweeping corner. So as a driver, you know, I have to be adapting constantly, and then we have to compromise the setup, and that's what where the engineers come into play. You know, they find out the area of that track where we can make the most time on our competitors, what's going to carry the most speed off the corner down that longest straightaway. It's the most, and we find the most important part of the track. We focus on that, and then as a driver, I've got to try to make up for the rest.
Right.
But we're so excited. I cannot wait to drive this race car. We know that we're going to have so many of you, the students as well as alumni and Penn State supporters from all over the world that are going to be supporting this race car and our efforts. And you know, we just love this partnership that Axalta has built with students like yourself in the engineering department, or you want to go on into business, they're really a global company that knows all about engineering and knows how to make a strong business, and with amazing opportunities. And then beyond that, there's so many companies out there that you guys are looking at moving on into your future, and this is a great place for you to get that education to make those choices, even if it may be in motorsports. The engineering side of motorsports is growing so fast right now that if you like race cars and you want to get into the engineering side or the business side, NASCAR is a huge business as well. There may be some great opportunities for you there as well. All right, I'm not going to get off this stage until we do one thing. Are you ready? We are. We are. We are. Thank you.
That was done like a graduate. Well done.
I'm a quick learner.
You're very quick learner.